All right, here we are. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Um, Welcome, Pete. Thank you so much always for showing up. We are planning today to talk about, as we titled it, Unlocking Inner Peace and Hypnosis in Times of Conflict and Heartbreak. Um, Obviously, in these times, there's just so much conflict going on in the world, on the grounds with the military, and then with the human beings fighting each other about their ideals, and then us just feeling heartbroken with all of this information that's coming through our bodies and through our nervous systems, which it sounds like our nervous systems weren't created for all of this information and all of this pain. But because we are so connected in these times with the internet, we get the blessings and the curse of knowing everything and knowing everything, and then not knowing what's true and what's not true and how to filter it through. And so we decided today to just this kind of topic and information is good no matter what. It just so happens that we all collectively are experiencing what's going on with the pains and struggles of other people around the world really strongly. And so we decided that it would be really helpful to get some more tools in our tool bag to be able to recalibrate and to have tools to help our resilience. And this, of course, is good in any aspect of our lives, no matter what might be happening. And we just thought it might be especially useful in this moment in time. So, yeah, that's sort of what we plan to cover, and then to do a guided meditation. So, yeah. What do you think about all this, Pete? Dealing
Yeah,
with these things.
I feel like as a society, there's points where, like you said, outside of the collective, we go through this big trauma that shapes us. You know, it's stuff where if we think of the past, right? 9/11 was one of those moments, right? That moment, interestingly enough, brought us in the United States together, right? Where now the trauma we have is putting fear into ourselves and how we view our neighbor, how we view our family, how we view complete strangers. And to me, it's not in a good way, you know, where we're having these, massive effects on we wake up and we go already before the day even happened, we're like overwhelmed. Like it's like, oh, another day. You know, it when I personally don't watch the news that much, but when I talk to people who do, their initial reaction to turning on the news isn't, oh my goodness, let's see what's out there. It's, oh, what happened while I was sleeping? Like as if it was just they're already this negative thing that they're already putting on themselves, you know. And there's no way that can affect us throughout the day, you know, how we do our work, how we talk to our friends and family, and the information we spread and the energy that goes along with it.
Right. Yeah. And so some of the questions would be, if we want to be informed, how do we be informed and not let it stay within our body? How do we be informed and yet still feel the blessings that we do have while mourning what someone else might not have, but still being able to like live in the presence of what we have without so much guilt, like how to find that balance and how to filter it within our psyche and our bodies.
That is a good question. Yeah, it's one where for me, um, the way I look at it is the things that happen, unfortunately, aren't in my control. Right? I don't know these individual people. I don't know their individual stories. But what I do know is how I can react to it. you know. And that is one of, to me, the most powerful things any of us can do is to go, how we talk about something will change how the message gets spread. It will change how we even feel as an individual. Like, you said, like, not taking it on, because when we take on something we can't control, it makes us feel powerless, and that's never a good feeling,
Yeah.
but when we can go, I don't know who they are, and what happened is horrible. I feel really bad, but how do I make myself become that beacon of light to help make it so this never happens again? That is power, and that can change everything. Yeah. I say you see it a lot in movies, but I really feel like it happens in everyday life, but we really don't know about it. It's one of those, how many people are on the edge, but you gave them that smile, right? They left their house going, no one even cares about me. And then there you are holding the door open to them while they walk into the coffee shop, and they go, oh, okay, there is hope, right? And they don't reach that pit of despair that they were on moments ago, And to me, that is the ultimate goal we should all have, is that resilience of going, well, how can I spread this joy to everyone else?
Yeah. And also, I think, how can I have the conversation without being and with all of my offended and hurt aspects, and have a conversation that doesn't just ensue that. So what are ways that I can, like, what I'm thinking of are like some specific tools, like, for example, um instead of just allowing yourself to be reactionary, which is your choice, like, maybe you want to add some things into your toolkits, like breathing. There's some really great breathing techniques as reminders. Also, just using reminders to yourself, like, okay, we're all human. I feel really lit up about this, but I know this person does too. I'm just, there's many things you can do, but give yourself an opportunity to, like, take a pause, take a breath, and not just spew onto someone else. And coming and finding ways to filter your own body, your own senses from the information, from the toxicity. And that will be different for everybody, right?
Yeah.
How we might do it, but like taking a pause, taking a breath, speaking kindly to yourself, and giving yourself some reminders is a good start.
Yeah. I say, when you add on to that the intention,
Yeah.
because like you said, you can be reactive, right? In which case you instantly act out of hurt, out of pain, out of anger, you know, or you put in the intention of, like, even with this horrible event, how do I respond out of love? Right? It's not about taking away from the pain of the event, but it's how do I respond with purpose, with intention that spreads love.
Yeah. I think that purpose and that intention, it's just one of the key ingredients to just every aspect of trying to better ourselves, trying to keep ourselves strong, resilient, being kind, and purpose and intention, getting really clear with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And I say, when we feel overwhelmed, right? And I think we all feel that with everything going on. We feel that overwhelm. That's where, when you said take that step back, take that breath, it's not a suggestion. It's a much needed thing. Yeah. Because how else can you take a moment away from that overwhelm if you don't take that step back, if you don't take that deep breath, if you don't take that moment to really be able to be in that space, to no longer be reactive?
So I'd love to talk about that a little bit. Like, when someone feels reactive to a situation, whether it's like a personal in their house or like an outward, worldly thing or a conversation, any various thing, like, what do you have to say about kind of the natural process of reactivity, And then, um, I guess just to kind of riff on that and what it would take, what I feel like it's hard for people. Like when you're in a reactive mode, the last thing you want to do is take a step back and breathe. So I'm just curious about maybe what you think about the human aspect of that, and then the benefits, of course.
Yeah, I look at it as, if we're the reactiveness that we have is like a dragon, right? It is there. It is fiery. It is hot, right? It is massive, and it will be relentless, right? It's not gonna, come at you once and be like, well, I didn't get him, I'll walk away. It's gonna be relentless, right? That is the reaction process. And really what it takes from us is the persistence to not let it stop us, And so, yeah, like maybe we start out reactive, but the moment we realize that, the moment we go, holy cow, like I'm being reactive right now, and whether it's with a coworker, a spouse, a friend, different political party, different, right? It doesn't matter what it is. The moment you realize you're just being reactive, it is our duty to go, either I let this dragon slay me, or I take that step back, I take that deep breath, and I start that persistence I'll need to give it love, to give the situation peace or calmness. And that battle might take all night, but the outcome of your persistence is that dragon becomes tamed, it becomes asleep, it becomes relaxed because of your persistence.
And what I hear in that is awareness, so it's like even through this conversation, someone can just go, oh yeah, I have the potential to just become aware of something, opposed to just being reactive and saying that's the way it is. You can simply be reactive, become aware of it, remember your intention and purpose, and then recalibrate.
Yeah.
So,
And I feel like for a lot of us, we get stuck in that stubborn, right? We dig our heels into the ground going, I've already started down this path. I can't all of a sudden change because that'll make me look weak or wrong or whatever,
right.
And I get that thought process. But for
Feels very
me,
human.
yeah, like I think we all do it. It's human. But to me, strength really comes in when we're like, whoa, I realized I'm coming at you with hostility and I shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And to change, that takes strength. To me, it takes weakness to not, to recognize it and not do anything. Right. That's the easy route. That's the low road. That's the do nothing and nothing changes road.
Yeah.
That's not strength in my opinion. But when we can look at it and go, wow, like I recognize it, I'm aware, I see myself doing it. I know if I continue to do it, it's not going to be good. No one's going to end this conversation happy. I have to switch. And having that strength to do that, to me, is huge.
That is huge. And that, I think, is a perfect segue into a guided meditation to give a small practice of some of these tools that we talked about. And to just kind of reframe that, everything always is a practice, as we all know. But I think the greatest gift and the little seed and the anchor right now is just to put into your mind, you can become aware of something. And just by becoming aware of it and knowing that you can take a break, take a step and breathe, and that changing is courageous, not weak. To me, I think that that's a very a strong seed, of and a great tool, a chisel, maybe, in the mountain. It's just a small chisel to help kind of break really deep patterns. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Great.
So to get started, all we're going to do is just get nice and comfy. Take that nice deep breath in And when you exhale, just close your eyes. And I just want you to notice any tension maybe you have in your jaw, maybe you have in your tongue, where maybe it's touching the roof of your mouth. And you just begin to let it relax. And while you do this, I want you just to look at the colors behind your eyelids, how they move, how they look. Just to let that become a rhythm for you. A rhythm that allows you to slow your breathing. A rhythm to allow your muscles to begin to relax. To use this time just to find serenity, peace, comfort. Because as you focus on your body now, maybe starting with your toes, imagine a warm, soothing sensation. Could be a warm, bright light that spreads through your feet, continuing to relax every muscle as it goes. So as it goes through your legs, letting go of the large and small muscles, any tension, hovering through, rising higher and higher, to the point where it even goes out the top of your head. See this gentle, comforting light just to hover above you. See, this light represents your inner strength, your resilience. See, then you allow it to then descend slowly, wrapping around your entire body in a cocoon of warmth, of tranquility. And as this light surrounds you, just imagine all your worries, fears, anxieties. They're like dark clouds. And you get to watch as these dark clouds just begin to dissipate into nothingness till they're gone, completely gone, leaving only the clarity and the calmness behind. So you maybe even get to imagine that there's a small pond in your mind that's smooth, that looks glassy, that reflects the peace and serenity that you find inside yourself now. And you find with every breath, this pond becomes clearer, becomes more tranquil, to the point where you see your reflection. You see your eyes and your nose and your mouth and your hair. You look at yourself and you get to go, you know what? I am strong and resilient. With everything going on in the world, I'm at peace with myself. And I have the power to find the serenity within, no matter the storms around me. To share my intentions with the world of love, of peace, of understanding. So you get to feel the warmth, the light, the peace within you. And so you get to take a few moments to really bask in these good feelings. To know that with every person you interact with today, you only respond with this peace. You only respond with this warmth and this light. And when you're ready to return to your day, you get to slowly open your eyes, knowing you get to carry this sense of inner peace with you, ready to face any challenge with strength, resilience, calm, peace, and love. Now,
Great. Thank you.
you're welcome.
And I think too, I want to say that these are, I think, just really good ways to just ground your own self, it's because when you come from that place, you can still do the activism work that you're doing. You can still have, conversations where you're trying to give people information or informing yourself, or calling the government, or um, whatever you might take. The point of this today, like whether it's the stuff that's happening outside your house and on other continents or right within you, there are still these moments of just being able to tap back into like that energy, that resilient aspect of yourself, and just to recalibrate. And so I liked that. I like from, to focus in on the eyelids and that color. Like, I think that's a really great way to get inward into ground, and then going from the feet all the way up and knowing that that light is your resilient light. That's a really great technique. Something that can be done in the car, can be done while you're sitting, can be done in front of the computer before you write a comment, before
You can do it in the middle of a conversation.
Oh, you can do it in the middle of a conversation. And the
Yeah.
great thing is about this kind of work too, is the more you do it, the more it becomes familiar. And so something that might be difficult to do, as you do it more and more, it anchors into your body, where just one breath will just bring all of that light into you and that reminder. And so it
Yeah.
can really, you know, get you there within a conversation or within a moment where you need resilience. You don't have to go, shit, hold on, I have to go sit down and do a meditation for 5 minutes. Pretty soon the breath, your body will remember this is what we're doing. So yeah, great. Well, thank you as always, Pete, for showing up. And anyone who has any questions about this or wants to go deeper or anything, please always feel free to reach out. And any last comments from you today, Pete?
Yeah, with everything hectic going on in our lives, right? Both universal around the globe and personal in our own home. Be persistent and understand that you're going to have good days. You're going to have days where you struggle. And the days you struggle doesn't mean everything you've done has been for nothing. It's just a stepping stone in continuing our personal growth.
Yeah, I love that. That's such a good reminder.
Yeah.
We'll make that into a meme later. All right. Well, we'll sign off for now. Thank you so much. And we look forward to anyone's comments or feedback, and we'll just keep on going every other week. All right.
Yes.
Until then, ciao.
Bye.